It's two very, very simple ways that you can check in as to physically how we're communicating with our autonomic nervous system, right? This thing I have in my hand and this thing I'm sitting on right here will actually close our bodies off, right? Think about it. If we're sitting at a desk, whether it be maybe driving a car, maybe we're at the office 9 to 5, right? Maybe we're creating content, right? We're actually closing our hips. Now, hip is a ball and socket joint, but we're also generally leaning over something such as a laptop or computer. You can actually see how my upper trapezius have come up here. This is cranial nerve 11, known as our accessory nerve, and it consists of our SCM muscle, the sternocleidomastoid, and of course our upper trapezius. I call this the armor, okay? So whenever we move into a perceived threat, okay, so be it real or not real, as in we might have a thought that moves into like anxiety about a meeting that we might be having, in a few days. We might be worrying about the amount that's in our bank account. And we also might be going backwards into the past, into the should've, could'ves and would'ves. Now that actually will trigger a stress response in the autonomic nervous system, right? What will actually happen is your upper trapezius, cranial nerve 11, will jump on to protect you from the so-called threat. Again, we have to remember the body just thinks that it is a lion. It does not know that it is a thought. It doesn't know real from not real. It just protects us from the perceived danger. Now, our hip joint, as mentioned, is a ball and socket joint. It is meant to open, right? So when we also get that stress response from body to brain, as in the nervous system is trying to protect us, what actually happens is the psoas muscle right here, the fascia underneath and like underneath our skin, literally grabs on, right? The whole body will go into tension, right? It's like the fascia kind of tightens its grip. And why the body does this is so that it actually protects not only the genitals, so we don't die, again, it will close your hips, but it also protects your heart and your lungs so you don't die. So two things that we do so much of that train our body to be closed and in protection mode is number one, sitting in chairs like this. And of course, number two, leaning over, rounding our shoulders, putting our trapezius up. We are literally teaching our body to live in fight mode. You'll notice I do a lot of my videos here, cross-legged position or in like this 90-90 position to get my hips nice and open. If you're holding your device, be aware of what your shoulders are doing. Lean back onto a chair if you need to. Relax your upper trapezius, keep yourself open and be really mindful of how much time we are giving our attention to, because whatever it is that we practice is what will grow and our body will become exactly what we practice.